The situation in Los Angeles is continuing to escalate as the rhetoric and actions of the Trump administration continue to escalate the situation. Now, before I get into this, let me point out something that was reported over this weekend, but for some reason, a lot of media outlets didn't run with the story, even though it was originally reported by a mainstream outlet. And it's this: when the National Guard that Trump deployed, 2,000 troops, arrived in Los Angeles, they were greeted with empty streets and no people around. The National Guard was deployed when there were not protesters in the street. There were not protesters stopping traffic on the freeway. There were not protesters throwing bricks at cop cars. That only happened after Donald Trump escalated the situation because he wanted those optics. And yes, Trump has now gotten everything he wanted, which is not good. But that is just the tip of the iceberg. One of the biggest issues, of course, that we have right now in Donald Trump's police state of California is that his border czar, Tom Homan, is now threatening to arrest California Governor Gavin Newsom and Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass for things he's admitting they didn't do. Here is what Homan said during an interview with Fox News. I'll say this about anybody. If you cross that line, it's a felony to knowingly harbor and conceal illegal aliens. It's a felony to impede law enforcement from doing their job. And then specifically referring to Karen Bass, LA mayor, he said, if she crossed that line, we'll ask DOJ to prosecute. Though he said she didn't cross that line yet. And then he continued. If this rhetoric continues, this violence continues, someone's going to lose their life. It's an anti-Trump agenda, anti-ICE agenda, and they're going to keep coming, but we've got help coming. But when you cross that line and you cause this type of violence, it's only common sense. The rhetoric keeps rising and rising and rising. Someone's going to get hurt. I have absolutely no respect for this governor. He's an embarrassment to his state. Somebody's going to get hurt, like the Australian reporter that got hit in the head with a rubber bullet. Or how about the protester that was cowering and hiding in a bush, and one of the agents walked up and shot her in the head? How about that? People are getting hurt. The protesters are. That's what's happening. And this situation wouldn't have kept rising and rising, as Homan says, had Trump not escalated it. It'd have been over. Would have been a blip on the radar. You would have had the angry people peacefully protesting on Friday when the raids happened, and that would have been the end of it. It really genuinely would have. Trump escalated the situation by invoking the National Guard, threatening to send in the Marines. Homan is escalating it, threatening to arrest these people, which for the record, he has no authority to do. Tom Homan cannot arrest, nor can he prosecute anyone in this country. You don't have the authority to do that. You don't have the ability to do that. You would actually have to ask somebody else to come and do it for you because you don't have any real power. That's how that works, buddy. You have no real power. So that's kind of funny. Also something for everybody to remember. But this is Donald Trump's police state in action. And thanks to some of the footage he is now getting, the footage of the people throwing bricks off the bridge onto cop cars, he is getting what he wants. He's got the optics he wants now. That's not okay. He's getting everything he wants out of this, and what is everybody else getting in return? You're getting pepper sprayed, you're getting tear gassed, you're getting rubber bullets in your head. That's what this administration is doing. But you'd better believe the footage of the people throwing bricks on cop cars that are already insured and will get replaced. That's the footage you'll be seeing all over the news. You're not going to be seeing these agents shooting people in the head with rubber bullets. That won't be shown to you. The media will now craft the narrative based on everything that's happened. They will imply that Newsom and Bass are involved in this because Homan said they were, even admitting that they're not, though. That's the narrative the administration wanted. They now have everything they wanted out of this. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.